Good morning, everyone. Not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 76 or Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with fellow eggs Matt M. and Brian Haremza. Thank you for all the positive feedback from last week, although we could use a few more comments. But we did enjoy playing a little blind rankings, even though I said we'd never do that. But we did, and it is a great watch, and it's a great listen. I definitely think you should take the time. If it's your first time listening to the show, we do something called Sunny Side Up. It's our good news of the week. So, Bryant, what do you got for us this week?
Sunny side up is birthday celebrations and travel. As this drops on a Monday, it is Sue's birthday. And for Sue's birthday, I decided to treat her to something that I'm not going to say she brings up subtly. She brings it up all the time. Any chance she got, she always wanted to go on a trip to this particular place. So we are actually going on a trip for her birthday, Manitou Springs in Colorado. Got a place up there, going to spend some time up there celebrating her birthday, letting her go run around and do all these fun activities in Colorado. And Sunny Side Up is just another year around the sun for Sue and going off and celebrating a little bit. Going to take one of the many vacation. I know Matt takes tons of them, so he knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, going to finally take a vacation and go off and have some fun.
I love the finally. It seems like every time you do something for Sue, there's going to be some kind of
Problem.
hijinks or something. So
Yep.
I can't wait to hear what the problem is that happened while you're there.
See, the fun part about this is I decided to change the whole narrative on this. So I booked the place. I told her, here's the money. You find anything you want to do. I'm not going
Yeah,
to do a thing. This is all on you. So I took myself out of the picture, the equation on this.
doesn't mean something can't happen.
It's something still will happen. I'm sure of that. So yes. But sunny side up. Happy birthday, Sue.
Happy birthday, Sue.
Happy birthday, Sue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I actually was a little nervous. My eyes have been giving me a lot of trouble, and I started getting a little bit going down a rabbit hole with it. Now, yeah, I wear glasses. They're bifocals, progressive, however you want to say. And like it was to the point where like I was just everything I was seeing was blurry from far away. And even like when I was reading, it was like I was seeing light. I was very nervous. So I set up an appointment. My grandfather had a macular degeneration, and I never knew him without it, which means that he basically couldn't see out of the middles of his eyes, only out of the corners. And that's a scary thing, losing your sight. And, it's what really can you do with that? I definitely don't have enough of my 401k yet to stop working. So, you worry about things like that in the future, especially as I've turned 50 now, I get older. So I went to the eye doctor yesterday, told him my concerns. I got what is called a retinal scan, and that's a little more than dilating your eyes. They can see your whole everything back there. And no, I don't have that. So then I started telling him my concerns. He goes, well, do me a favor, take your glasses off. Okay. And he goes, now read this, read this, read this. I don't know how this is possible, but my problems were that my glasses, I saw better without my glasses. And what he's saying is that I don't need glasses for far away anymore at all. I only need them for reading. So that's not a thing. Your eyes don't heal. I didn't get bit by a spider or anything like that. Like I'm not like just healing, but I tested this theory several times. I blurry with the glasses on if for looking far away, and I'm not with them off. And he said that I have perfect vision, seeing things far away. I still need them for reading. So sunny side up,
That's
guys. I don't know what to tell you, but this might be the new look for me.
Hey.
all right. We're gonna need a second opinion. No, that's great news. I mean, your vision does change. I wouldn't call it healing.
Well, it shouldn't be better.
It's changing. No, that's not true. It fluctuates. The last time I went to the eye doctor, they had some new machine there, and they said it was going to replace the need for the dilation.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, so that's a big jump in science, right?
Yeah, that's how they know if you have something ahead of time. It was like a
Yeah.
really small dot that they saw before. Now they can see your whole eye,
Well, they don't have to do the whatever it was, the drops
and it's
and
10 seconds.
yeah, and then you can't see afterwards.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, sunny side up.
Yeah.
very
Uh,
Well,
good.
on that note, I'll say the same thing. When I was younger, I had glasses. As I got older, I eventually same thing.
Well,
Didn't need them anymore. So
you ignore all medical scientific warning signs and dentistry
this is
and
true.
you know.
This
But
is true.
for our purposes here, though, because it's still close, I'm close to a monitor, I'm reading a lot. I'm going to continue to wear them. I will have them on a lot because I read a lot. I do a lot with my computer. But
Also, you got to keep the fashion sense going with the
well, that's
glasses
the
too.
thing.
I
I think
mean,
I look a lot better with glasses.
it's the look now.
I
That's the
do
like
think
if you take
that.
them off, I don't know who's on the show with us
I'm
anymore.
not sure who this
Who
guy
is
is
this?
either. Who's this
Yeah,
guy going to the
don't
gym?
like it. I don't like it. It's like your head looks naked, and I don't care for that.
I agree. Why don't I just shave while I'm at it?
Imagine you shaved your beard, took off the glasses, and grew hair on the top of your head.
Okay, okay.
Oh, and hold on
Let's
here.
pump the brakes, huh?
There's a lot of sci-fi AI movies out there that we talk about. Anything's possible.
Well, that brings us to you, Matt. Tell us everything but sunny side up. Give
A
us a
random
smattering.
look. The sunniest side up is the Knicks have advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. They swept the shitty Cavaliers. We have to wait all the way till well, it won't be that long after this airs, but it's like a 9 or 10 day gap in between series, which I guess is good for it is a very physical sport and they can recover a little bit, but you don't want to lose too much momentum. But they had a big gap between the last two series and they still dominated. So unfortunately, the Avalanche were on the wrong end of a sweep and they're gonzo. That's too bad.
Vegas, baby.
By
Yeah,
the way, I just want to say this real quick. Shitty Cavaliers. No, no, no. They were cursed by Danhausen.
that's
Yes.
true.
Thank you,
So they
Danhausen.
not shitty. They just got the curse, and Danhausen's curse clearly takes over for everything.
That is true. I wrote this down. I maybe we messaged about this, but didn't discuss it on the show. But I think we should probably mention expired egg, Kyle Busch. I don't think we did
Mm,
talk about it on the show.
No.
no.
Hey, listen, maybe you don't give a damn about NASCAR, and that's totally fine. But Kyle Busch, championship driver, only 41 years old, which is terribly, terribly young. He had a brief illness with pneumonia. It went septic, and he didn't make it. And it was very sudden and very shocking. He was a bit of a polarizing character in the sport. He definitely had a very strong fan base, but he was also like the villain that you like to hate. He would kind of do a boo-hoo thing after he would win and get booed, but it was good for the sport to kind of have like heroes and villains. He won more races than anybody if you combine the top three levels of NASCAR, and he did win two championships at the highest level. He's also a former WWE 24/7 champion.
That he is.
Very sad and very shocking. He leaves behind a family, a young family, and his son is a very talented. He's young, but he's a very talented driver. And supposedly his racing team said that they were gonna retire the number he was using until his son was ready to use it, and then they would give it to him, which is a heartwarming thing, but really sad.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to mention that because I mean, 41 years old, geez, it's not
Yeah.
like it's not like he's 91 and he
Mhm.
retired 30 years prior.
No, and there
This
was nothing
guy's
wrong with him a week
he
before.
won. He
So,
actually
Yeah.
won.
yeah.
He won a truck series race the week before.
Yes, so he gets to run a few truck races. He usually wins those, and he won the previous one just like 5 days before he died. And literally in the post race interview, he was asked, "Well, what makes these wins so special still after winning so many?" And he said, I guess you just never know which one's going to be the last one." I mean, he literally said that.
Crazy.
Ah, what a
Yeah, it's
shame.
sad. It was scary too. Because it's not like he had a long illness. It's not like he was in a car accident. No, he just
Mhm.
got pneumonia and died.
Yeah, very
It is
sudden.
scary.
So, sunny side down.
Oh, well, thanks for that. No, I was upset about that. I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but I was like, wow, 41,
Ah,
everything going for him,
it's
nothing wrong.
terrible.
One
Terrible.
week you're not feeling good, the next week you're dead. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Which brings us to
Some
hard
people
boiled.
are out there getting their vision suddenly cured.
Listen, I'm against the theory myself, but I took the tests and I did my own. Anyway, hard boiled is Bryant, for you, I wanted to let you know something here. The 2011 Footloose had 68% Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a lie. It
That
can't be
is a
true.
positive right
No,
there.
that's horrible. No.
Wait, we're not done. Oh, no, no, no. We're
Mm,
not done. It also
mm,
made $63 million on a $20 million budget. Now, is that a
Wow.
blockbuster? No,
no.
but it's a success. It is a
Yes.
great success. The first one made about $80 million, and that was a
Yeah.
less budget, but I don't think anybody expected this to surpass that.
Do you? But maybe you don't know that. But again, it's oh god, it's so horrible. Are you gonna watch
Now,
it now, Brad?
I don't know what to tell you, but 68% of the people of the world think it's pretty good.
Are you gonna watch it, Brad?
No, I am not. But I just want to let you know I did a little on that.
Thank you.
So I was at work on Monday for Memorial Day, and my one of the sales guys brought in breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's. Now, I don't know when the last time I've had breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's. It's been a number of years, maybe 8 to 10 years. It could be, but they were McMuffins and pretty darn good. So it's a holiday. What the hell, right? About an hour and a half later, another salesperson comes in with Egg McMuffins from McDonald's. Ah, and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. She was doing something nice. So we ate those too. And I don't think I was ever so sick as I was after those two Egg McMuffins and two orders of hash browns. I
Mm,
haven't eaten that in 8 to 10 years, and I had it twice in 2 hours.
That's
mm.
listen, that's a lot of food, but never in the history of my life would I eat something because I didn't want to make somebody feel bad.
You
That's
know,
absolutely preposterous.
No,
you would
that
have had,
happens.
there would have been 8 sandwiches in there. And she went out of her way to be nice. Came in a little later because she was actually scheduled not to work, but had customer called her, so she came in and thought she was gonna do something nice. Nobody said nothing. We all agreed just to eat them and
Stupid.
do our best.
What kind
Yeah,
of life is that? What kind of life is that? How about you be honest to somebody?
No,
no, no, no. I don't. I'm not. I
no,
don't want to be honest.
no.
I want to. No, no,
Some
no.
people can't handle the honesty. Let's just be
Yeah, sure
honest.
they
Yeah,
This is
can.
the
I can't.
honesty would have been worse. No, the honesty could have been worse, and she would have been upset. And I better off just eating this sandwich.
She would not
mhm.
have been upset.
She would have been upset. You don't know her.
Well,
Anyway,
that's her
fi-
problem then.
finally,
Is this a hard boiled?
I don't know. I'm driving down the road, and a kid's on a bike headed towards me. Now he's far enough away at this point, but I have nowhere to go here. This is in like my neighborhood, and he's still coming at me. And I'm like, are we really playing chicken right now? So I lay on the horn a little bit. Starts coming at me faster. So I hit my brakes. I get out of the car. I say, what the hell are you doing? Get off the road, kid. He goes, shut up, old man. You know what? What a bunch of punks. What a bunch of punks in this neighborhood. I turned 50 years old, and everyone in this neighborhood's a punk. I could have hit you. You don't care.
You're
Did you say you got out of the car?
I got out of the car.
you're you're Clint Eastwood minus the gun from Gran Torino, just yelling at kids to get off your lawn, aren't you?
I don't. They can be on my lawn. Just I don't want to hit you. And what are you doing? Who are you showing off for?
You.
Yourself?
He's showing off for you.
Yeah,
He wants you to think he's cool.
You know what would have been great? You reach over to your passenger seat and there's a half-eaten sausage McMuffin with egg, and you fire it out the window at him.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Hard boiled. Hard boiled. I saved it for the end. Which brings us to runny eggs, which is a new topic alert.
Topic alert.
What is runny eggs? Well, it is sports triumphs or some sort.
Athletic achievements.
Athletics achievements.
Get it? Runny?
Oh, I get it, all right. I certainly get it. Which brings us to you, Matt.
So I recalled a contest when I was in elementary school. I want to say 5th grade. I don't really remember. And we had a free throw contest. That's cool. Everyone went to the foul line and they got 10 shots. And the highest scoring boy and highest scoring girl were going to advance to the next round, which was like more a regional at somewhere else where other schools were coming together. And I just happened to be the last boy to go. And I don't remember what the total was. Somebody hit 7 or 8 out of 10. And I was going and I was doing pretty good. And I was going and I was doing pretty good. And I hit the last one. And the gym teacher said, "Oh, Matt, you did a really good job, but you fell one short." And then they did a recount, and I had only taken 9 shots. So I had one left. So I had to get back up and do it, and I made it to tie it. Then we did a 5 basket shoot off
Wow.
in which I don't think the other kid hit any, and I hit like two, and I secured the victory, and I advanced to the next round, which was in the next town over, like the following week. I remember my dad was really excited, but he couldn't go. He had to work. My mom brought me, and man, was it like walking into enemy territory. And and the situation here was you now had 25 shots. Everybody did 15 and then a break, and then everybody did 10. I made two. Two out of 25. Two. So I don't know how much of an achievement that was. The round one advancement was quite an achievement, but
That's an
whew,
achievement. Yeah, you advanced.
choked.
If that would have been George Costanza, he would have quit right there.
I choked. I
He
choked.
would have he would have ended on top, Jerry. He would have ended on top. No, that's awesome though. You had your moment in time.
I'm surprised I can remember. I mean, I like there are no other details I could give you. That was it. That's the entirety of the story.
Some things just stick with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good. So, all right. My family and I go to Florida, and we're gonna go to like Disney, but I was like 12 years old. My sister was 10, and we were staying at this hotel. And for some reason, this hotel was having like some kind of two competitions. The first one was a penny diving competition where they threw a bunch of pennies in the pool and you had to collect them. Whoever collected the most won. So there's probably like 30, 40 kids here. We all dive in. I don't dive, I jumped in. And I'm just grabbing pennies, grabbing pennies, grabbing pennies. I don't even like opening my eyes underwater, but I was doing it. We come out, everybody puts their pennies out and they were counting. And lo and behold, I was the winner. Now, okay. Is that a major achievement? I would say no. So, next competition comes up, which is a hula hoop competition. Now, there were some good hula hoopers in this group. All right. So, we had all of us together and we were all hula hooping. And it was like one by one, people are going down. It was like getting they tapped, like if you're in a dance competition, you're getting tapped. But that's how it felt. Like, man, this guy in front of me, he had it. He had it just around and around and around. There was nothing going to stop him. He had the perfect form and he moves his arm and it hits his elbow and it drops to the ground. And there's a picture of me, which I wish I would have got now, like this. And the hula hoop is still going around, which made me the winner for the second time today. 2 medals, one for penny diving, one for hula hooping.
You
You
know,
actually got a medal?
After that, I retired from both events. Both events. I maybe have hula hooped since then. I've dabbled in it, but I haven't competed professionally like I did that day. But yeah, 2 for 2.
so I'm very happy that you advanced this story into the hula hooping because I was ready to not accept the penny diving as an athletic achievement.
Yeah, that's athletic. Come
I'll
on.
give you the athletic on the hula hooping.
What makes the story is the 2 victories. Which brings us to you, Brian. I am ready. Try to top that, buddy.
I was
Try
about
to
to say,
top that.
I don't know how I top these two
Waters.
stories. I mean, geez, this is going to be tough. So in my youth, and I still dabble with today, I enjoy wrestling. It was what kind of the only sport I felt like I was any good at, I guess. I don't know. And one year I had a great season, went to the state tournament. I ended up winning the state tournament. Decided there's a next level, which is the regionals, and my parents agreed, and we went to regionals and went on to the regional tournament. It was in Rochester, Minnesota. Went to regionals, ended up medaling there. Got top 3 in freestyle and Greco wrestling. So we decided, well, let's go to nationals. Why not? Nationals happens to be in Waterloo, Iowa. That's pretty close. We could easily go. So decided to go. First time ever going. And going to the tournament, went to compete in Greco wrestling and ended up medaling.
Wow.
Medaled there and became an All-American in wrestling as a youth. And oddly enough, to this day, as I sit here in my home in the same town I've always lived in, I am still the only person from my town who has ever become an All-American in
Wow.
wrestling.
Congratulations.
Very nice. A real one.
No,
So,
good for you.
yeah. So,
And
yeah,
you
it's
still
great.
do it, right? You still coach and you
I still
still
coach and still
practice a
help
little.
and yep, still help the kids. And it's interesting to see like they have a Nebraska USA wrestling page where you do all your signups for tournaments and regionals and nationals, and it lists all the people who've ever been All Americans, and my name's still on the board. So, and I'm still the only person from this town.
Well, yeah, man. So yours was real.
So I said it was hard to top you guys. I mean,
Oh well. Well, good job, everyone. I think we nailed it first time with the
absolutely.
topic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again because I think that's all I've ever done in my life. Which brings us to eggs to go, which is also a new
Wow.
topic alert.
Who balls on you?
And what this is current events, which I cannot believe is not something. I guess we're always
Yeah,
doing current events. I guess we just never
Well,
titled it,
we never
right?
titled it.
we kind of met we do in the beginning, but we kind of made an effort at the beginning to not be about current events and bite off of things that were going on just like every other podcast in the world, you know?
Boy, I feel like you're really pointing at somebody right now.
No, no.
Hmm.
Let's
Someone
see.
used to do nostalgia.
Let's see if any of these new topics will stick around.
All right. Well, I just wanted this got me a little bit, and I'm not going to read the whole article. I'm just going to read some of it. And the title is Tony Carruthers' execution stopped after officials say medics couldn't set up backup IV line. The execution for Tony Carruthers was called off Thursday, and he was given a 1-year reprieve after the State Department Corrections struggled to find a vein to set a backup injection line. Medical personnel quickly established a primary IV line. However, the team was unable to immediately establish a backup line pursuant to the lethal injection execution protocol, a statement from the Tennessee Department of Correction. In the statement, Governor Bill Lee said he was granting Carruthers reprieve from an execution for a year. In addition to unsuccessful attempts to find a second vein to establish a backup line, personnel were unable to secure or insert a central line, TDOC said. The execution was then called off. I don't even know if I need to read anymore. I just want to talk about this. 1 year?
1 year seems like, wait a minute, how did it get punted that far?
1 year. This guy is going to live for another year. And listen, I'm not saying I'm for or against the death penalty. That's not what this is about. It's going to take another year to get this shit
Yeah,
together.
I'm against the government operating that slowly.
I just, I don't understand. So then I read a little more into it, and whatever the guy did, there's a lot of, he's always maintained his innocence, which doesn't mean a damn thing. Okay. Everybody can maintain their innocence. And this has been going on. And they just finally, Tennessee just got it back 3 years ago because they were in a moratorium with the death penalty. And they're saying that everything in the lethal injection might be actually expired.
Hmm.
Who cares? Okay? What does that have to do with anything? Who cares if it's expired? If it works, it works. This is not like vitamins in my cabinet that expired. It's not milk. This is something supposed to kill somebody.
If it
And you're
expires, it doesn't work.
really?
Yeah, I can actually say that because my state does this. Yes, if it is out of date or expired product, it does not actually do the job. So you have to get new ones.
Wow. Well, either way, I don't understand why they can't rustle together some more of this stuff and figure this out like later in the week. Why we have to wait a year? This guy was ready to go. He was whatever they give him to prepare him for this, it was done. They took him off the gurney and they said, "Nope, go back to your cell. You're going to wait another year."
You're gonna have to update us in a year. 52
I don't
episodes.
think he's going to get I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like this is almost an excuse.
It kind of is.
I feel like they don't have enough evidence or whatever they have to do this, and they use this as an excuse. Couldn't find a second IV line. Couldn't find a vein. Let's go. Figure it out. So I don't know. I just thought this was really interesting. I usually don't talk too much current event like this, but yeah, a year to get it together, no good. I'm sorry, guys. That's all I got.
All right.
Not that interesting, I guess. Which
It
brings us
can
to the
be.
which brings us to the omelet. Bryant.
The omelet this week. We love talking, obviously, television, music, but we also love talking movies. And sometimes with movies, you find out that there are more movies to these classics, or some good movies, if we want to say. Some people might call them classics. They're sequels. Sequels you don't know about. And sometimes they're sequels you might know about, but they might not have the theatrical release. I think last week we mentioned it. They might be those straight to DVD versions, but they're still a sequel. They still continue the story. Now, some of these will tell you they don't, but they do because they take the name, they take the story, they go on. Now, what spawned this? Great question. Naturally, when you're online, you see these things pop up for movies, and I saw one pop up for a movie, and I was convinced there's no way this movie exists. It's not real. It has to be AI. Until I dug into it, and I realized, no, this is real. There's a real sequel to this movie. It will be the first one we talk about, of course. But today we're going to talk about sequels for classic movies, movies or hit movies. I don't know if my fellow eggs have any that they thought of. We might double up. I don't know, but we're going to talk some sequels today. And naturally, the first one we have to talk about is the reason for the topic. Did you guys know there's this amazing movie that actually was the genesis of our first episode, the Titanic? We talked about Jack and Rose. Did you guys know there's a Titanic 2?
Can you believe that's the one thing I wrote down was to
Ah!
discuss Titanic 2?
Titanic 2 is the sequel. Yes, it came out in 2010, and it is now they say not a sequel. They will tell you it's not a sequel, but it is. Essentially, the plot of the movie is this ocean liner, basically Titanic 2, is christened on the 100th anniversary of the original voyage. And they go on and it follows the exact same path as its namesake. But out of nowhere, a tsunami hits and brings an iceberg in to its path. And how do they avoid the monster now? And how do they avoid a similar fate? Now, it is written, directed, and starring Shane Van Dyke. He wrote it, directed everything, and came up with the whole premise himself. Now, he's going to tell you again, not a sequel, but you can't call yourself Titanic 2 and not think it is a sequel. You do the same thing of everything, you're a sequel. But yeah, now I'm intrigued. Matt, what did you have for this? Because I'm intrigued.
Well, you said Shane Van Dyke, but who the hell is that? The grandson of the legendary Dick Van Dyke
Yes,
decided, oh, I know
I'm
what
gonna.
I'll do.
I know what I can do.
I'll whip up this fictional account of Titanic 2, Roman numeral 2,
Mm-hmm.
straight to home video.
Yep.
Now I watched it
I did not realize you watched it. My
a
God.
few
Okay.
years ago. A few years ago, my son had a play date, so we were at the friend's house. So the kids were playing around and the adults were hanging around doing nothing. And it just, I think what happened was he was telling me about the conspiracy theory about how they switched ships,
Mm-hmm.
that whole the Olympic or whatever that was.
Yep.
And Titanic 2 came up and we're like, let's put this on. And it was 100% like a this is so bad we have to watch it sort of
Oh
thing.
yeah. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I always felt that they could have done something with Titanic too, but nothing to do with the actual ship. Like so, pick it up right where Jack and Rose and the famous like we can't share the raft incident. Let's say I think we might have even talked about this in the first episode or second
Yeah.
episode. Let's let's say Jack lives, and then she gets off this boat with Jack and it starts living under his freaking bridge, huh? Let's see how.
Yeah, didn't you already talk about this?
Yeah.
Let's
This was part of the first episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how Little Miss Spoon in her mouth adapts to
Yeah.
that lifestyle.
No, you did because you used to have the alternate versions of historical things.
Boy, that was a long time ago, Matt.
It was.
But yeah, that's what I always
Your
wanted for
eyes
the
were
sequel.
way worse.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe you didn't listen to the first couple episodes, so here you go.
There you go, guys.
There's a.
Episode 1.
I was going to say, there's our plug to go back to the archive. Listen to some
Yeah,
episodes. We had some fun stuff. Some of those early topics there.
yeah. Wasn't the show that it is now.
This is
Mm-mm.
true. We were working out the kinks a lot then. So, let's talk about another classic. We all
Yes.
love a Christmas Vacation. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Who doesn't love Clark and the family celebrating Christmas, coming together? Did you know there's a sequel as well? Christmas Vacation 2. And it is starring Cousin Eddie and his family.
I did not know this.
Does not have any of the Griswolds themselves. They are not even in this movie. Basically, the story is Eddie is working at a nuclear plant. He gets bitten by a monkey. And in a way to not be sued by the company decides to send Cousin Eddie and his family on a trip to the South Pacific. And wouldn't you know it, shenanigans ensue there. They become shipwrecked on the island. And now it's up to Eddie to raise everybody's spirits, make the family happy. And it's also Christmas time. So, you got to celebrate Christmas on this deserted island. And how are you going to get off?
What a terrible idea.
Wow.
And Randy Quaid comes back
Yeah,
reprising.
right.
Wow.
What's he doing?
That's
It's like geezer teaser at its
when
best.
did this come out?
This actually came out in 2003.
It had to have been straight to video.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a TV straight to DVD
Yeah.
spinoff. But yeah, it is, and it starts like I said, where you don't have any of the Griswolds in it. It's not really going to draw the attention and the fanfare that the old movies did, of course, because you tune in for Clark and the family. But
But Randy Quaid was somewhat of a star.
Yeah,
he's been in stuff. I wouldn't say he's a lead. Maybe this was his big leading actor moment.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, there's a spinoff for your
wow
Christmas Vacation, and we all love Christmas Vacation. But now, for our next one, we're going to stick with the Christmas theme, but we're going to go with one of my favorite Christmas movies, A Christmas Story.
I wrote this one down.
As we all know, there's A Christmas Story. We all know there's a sequel that came out here a few years ago, Christmas Story 2, where, we have our time on HBO Max. But there was actually an actual sequel made called My Summer Story. Came out in 1994. And it stars none of the original cast. But it is a continuation of the Ralphie story. Ralphie is played by Kieran Culkin.
wow
So complete, as I said, complete change. The father is played by Charles Grodin. I know him from Beethoven because that's where I remember him from seeing him. And the mom is Mary Steinberg. We remember her from Back to the Future, Part 3. And then also Step Brothers.
Mary Steenburgen?
Yeah, I knew I'd pronounce it wrong. That's how I always am. But yes, essentially, this is the continuation of follows Ralphie on his quest to find the ultimate spinning top while his parents grapple with obnoxious neighbors and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a continuation. They wanted the sequel, but didn't happen with the original cast, so they just recast the entire show, the entire movie, continue the story on, and it's based in the summer, so it's kind of based around his school time. But yeah, My Summer Story.
That's all. That's what you're giving me. That's what you're giving me for the sequel.
Well, no, I was gonna jump to you for a moment here. What do you have, Brad? Because I
Because
feel like we're talking.
There's A Christmas Story 2 in 2012
Yes,
that
there's
completely ignores this story.
Correct.
You're talking about, and it's where Ralphie is. It's like he's like at 15.
Yep.
And he's asking for a car for Christmas.
Yeah. So this story is A Christmas Story.
And let's say
is
Daniel Stern's in it.
Yes. So this story, so like the Christmas Story is Christmas time. This story basically comes a year later. So it's saying that this is like the continuation right afterwards. Whereas that version is him as an older kid. This is still him as young Ralphie.
By the way, they're all bad. And and I hate to say this because I watched it. So's the new one. It's not that good either.
Oh, the updated
The adult one. Where was it made? In Saskatchewan or something? Like something ridiculous?
So. Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
all bad.
I mean, let's be honest. Even the original is bad.
Oh, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I've seen it 800 times. I'm done.
It's bad. It's just classic.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's classic, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's always gonna have that nostalgia. And that's what I said. You come up with this sequel that makes literally no sense. Like,
I went to the house.
Oh, you have? I see. I want to go to the house. That's
my sister lives in Cleveland. I went.
Oh, that's true. Yes,
it was a whole day of this, and then like there was a gift shop involved, a lot of lamps.
A lot of lamps. All legs.
And by the way, it's on regular street in Cleveland. Like you got the off-street park. Like you have the parallel park.
That sounds about right.
It was awful.
Look at his face.
Nah, it was fun. It was fun to do once. Just once.
Who's going to do that more than once? Most people would do it zeros.
Well, my sister lives 10 minutes from there, or it was like a half hour maybe. You know what I mean?
Let's move on.
And we will move on because I don't want to get a hard boiled going here.
Too late.
I was about to say we're shifting gears to hard boiled. Let's talk about what was a kind of a genre shifting movie here a little bit. Mean Girls was a movie that came out and it starred Lindsay Lohan. Kind of was her, back to fame kind of movie. Brought her back into the star slide, and after The Parent Trap, which I don't know if people remember that movie. But
Remember
you
it?
guys know there's a Mean Girls 2 that came
Is
Yeah.
that
out.
recent?
2011
Oh,
is that. Um, it is basically it acts as a standalone sequel. It doesn't have any. The only original character that came back is actually the principal, played by Tim Meadows. It's a whole new story, whole recasting. Essentially, it's this involves around Jo. She's the new student at the school. She tries to become friends with this outcast girl who is the basically the goes against the plastics. Essentially, is the whole premise of this movie. Whole new cast, whole new story, but it continues the tradition of the Mean Girls and the plastics. So, again, another one of those. It was a straight to DVD kind of movie. Has a 20 to give you a perspective, 29% Rotten Tomatoes rating. So not the best, but again, you capture that young tween audience. That's what you're looking for here. But to not have anybody from the original movie come back kind of hurts a little bit. But again, I don't know how you keep that story going with high school girls and growing up, essentially.
but
Tim
wasn't there a
Meadows.
proper sequel recently? There was.
For this, was there?
Yeah. Gotta look it up.
That I do not know.
I know this. Tim Meadows is the James Marsden of the old days.
He was in
No.
everything.
Tim Meadows is a comedian.
Yeah, but he's in
Just in
everything.
everything.
Yeah, man's in everything.
The man is in everything.
Man,
I
maybe I
think
got this wrong.
I think they made a musical.
they did. Yes, it is a musical. It is on Broadway. Is Mean Girls? Yes, that is correct. It is on
There is
Broadway.
something. I think, Matt, there is something, but I don't know. Maybe a remake?
I feel like I saw how when you're in the here we go. The recent theatrical movie was an adaptation of the Broadway musical. That's what it says.
Mm,
What I remember is how when you're in the movie theater, they have those giant cardboard, promos for what's coming out.
yeah.
I remember seeing one that said Mean Girls on it. And I was
Mm.
like, oh,
Mm.
I guess there's another Mean Girls.
And
I
could
like
be.
By the way, I like Mean Girls.
The original one, I don't even know
Yeah.
if I ever saw it all the way
It's
through.
good. It's good. Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
Yes.
big cast. Big
Yeah.
cast.
She was a bitch. It was good.
Big cast.
Yes. So as we continue on, last week we did a blind ranking with Tom Hanks movies,
We
and
did.
actually we talked about some '80s movies. An '80s movie that Tom Hanks was in with Daryl Hannah, Splash. I think we all remember the movie Splash, correct?
Yes.
Did you guys know there's a Splash 2?
What
No.
could that possibly be about?
No.
The return of-
1988 was made.
Is it got a merman?
Now basically the premise of this movie is the sequel features, Madison and her human husband Alan leaving the island, tired of the mermaid life, and coming back to New York
Oh,
City
no.
to try to start a family and live a life on land because they're tired of the life out at sea. Now, as you would expect, does not have the original cast, as you would expect. But essentially, it's another one of those made-for-TV movies where they just wanted to capitalize on that success and keep it going and see what they could do. But again, tired of the mermaid life and want to come make it in New York City.
Yeah, I don't understand the logistics of a mermaid, like how that would work with a man, but we can move on from that.
We can always move on from there, yes. Matt, have you at least seen Splash? Can we comment on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
Splash.
Those 80s movies are just none of these would come close to being made today.
No. A lot of them are no. Yeah.
No.
Another 80s classic starring the great Terry Funk, Roadhouse. Has a cameo from Patrick Swayze in it, of course. But, another one of those movies. It's iconic. It's that 80s nostalgia. But you guys know there's a Roadhouse 2 as well? Roadhouse 2, made in 2006. Not the Jake Gyllenhaal version that just came out.
Right.
Yeah.
That is actually a complete remake of the story, or reboot, whatever we want to call it. This is a continuation, serves as a sequel to the classic. Basically, the story follows a undercover agent who hears that he's got family down in Louisiana who run the bar still. getting hustled around, trying to goes back down south to try to save the family, save the business, become the new boss, become the new security for the bar, try to keep it in the family. Again, as always, does not star any of the original cast, but it is considered the sequel and stars Jonathan Shehey. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Has Will Patton in it as well. Will Patton has a good name in Hollywood. Um, Again, it's one of those just terrible movies where you try to build off the nostalgia, but it's so far gone now that it doesn't make sense for the story. But again, it was great to see the bar again, and have, and unfortunately I have seen it, so I do know about this one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I would suspect
I do like the first one though, and
Roadhouse is
I
great.
think it's a good movie. I don't think it's just nostalgia. I think it's a decent movie.
Mm-hmm. So two
Sam
more for
Elliott,
oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
two more for you guys here. Who doesn't love Legally Blonde? Reese Witherspoon,
Oh, I like it.
fantastic movie. She goes, gets in, becomes this lawyer. Did you know there's a sequel to that? Not the actual Legally Blonde 2, but another sequel called Legally Blondes. It stars Elle's cousins coming over from England, trying to make it at this school where they are trying to get into law. And of course, naturally they want to get into law, become lawyers, and try to coast off the name of Elle. And naturally, this is the story now. Twin sisters, by the way, so you get two. That's why it's blondes plural. Um, but basically, yeah, it's just them coming over, trying to upstage this hierarchy at this prep school, become insert their own selves, and yeah, uh, again, weird premise, I guess, but yeah, 2009 on the release of this, so after the fact, but yeah, Legally Blondes sequel as well.
Did not know that.
It hurts my brain when there's a movie and then listen, I understand why there are these direct to home sequels that are
Mm-hmm.
don't have the original cast and stuff. You're trying to make money on the name, fine. But then when you leapfrog that to come back
Mm-hmm.
with something more legitimate and theatrical and maybe the original folks are involved again,
Yeah,
my brain has a hard time wrapping itself around all that.
I get that. So the final movie I will leave us with here, American Psycho.
Oh, I wrote
Christian
it down.
Christian Bale.
Yes, I have seen it.
This is American Psycho 2, starring Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've
Egg,
all,
egg,
we've all
egg,
seen this.
Yeah,
egg favorite.
egg favorite Mila Kunis. Basically, she hears the story, wants to get into criminal law, wants to become this teacher's assistant. The teacher, William Shatner, wants to be the assistant, starts just taking out the students, so that way she ups herself to have the opportunity to work with who doesn't want to work with William Shatner. Let's just also say that. But yeah, so knowing my fellow eggs, I'll let them discuss as well because yeah, again, a sequel you don't think about, and I don't know, it's one of those that when I think of Mila Kunis career, this one never pops into my brain a lot.
You know
I,
what's funny is they did not really they put some money into this one. This isn't just some like sent straight to video kind of situation here. Do you know who directed this movie? Morgan Freeman.
Freeman, yeah,
what?
What what is that? What is
What?
that?
yeah,
Yes.
yep,
I didn't know he directed
I
anything.
don't I didn't know either.
yep,
I was shocked.
Oh
I
my
wrote that
God.
down like Morgan Freeman, Mila Kunis, like this was a try. They tried something here. I mean, she
yeah,
was young, but still, she was already done that 70s show.
yeah.
That
She
was
had that fame
somebody.
already. Yeah.
And William Shatner's always funny to me.
Oh, William Shatner's great.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they had everything in place except the story.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
And the
would agree with that.
original American Psycho is, I mean, it's in a league of its own as far as craziness.
Yep. I would agree with that. And I do want to throw this out there when I think of this movie. I wrote down this quote from Mila when she's asked about the film. She says, "When I did the second one, it was supposed to be a different project and it was re-edited, but I don't know, it was really bad."
I love when they admit that their movies are bad. Like Michael J. Fox did not like Teen Wolf, but
Hmm.
I mean, he was wrong, but
Yeah, I was wrong. Teen
he
Wolf's
said
great.
it.
So
Uh, I got a
I don't.
couple here.
Yeah, go for it.
I didn't put a whole lot of notes in there. I put the notes in the ones you've already said, but they
Mhm.
did make a sequel to Donnie Darko.
Yes,
Oh my God. I can't,
I
I
have.
wrote that down.
S. Darko.
S.
I
Darko.
did not watch it. I
I
did
did
not. I
not
could.
watch it. I can't believe this. I literally wrote down S. Darko. Why have I never watched it?
I like. I mean, that was a creepy ass movie, right?
Yeah.
And really nothing that needed to be a sequel at all.
No.
Cult following as
Hmm.
well, right? Like not
Yeah.
like a blockbuster, but a lot of people have seen it. And then I didn't see this movie at all, but I love the original. Like, come on with the Sandlot, right? Sandlot
Yeah.
2.
Uh,
Yep.
And
I've never
also,
seen.
there's also a lot of American Pie movies
God
Yeah.
damn it!
that don't make it. Like they're not part of the big three or four or whatever.
Okay,
All right. Hey
I'm,
Matt, go ahead. What do you got?
I'm
Go for
cutting
it.
in here because I wrote down. I was gonna say, do you know how many American Pie movies there are? Nine.
I've lost count, so you have to tell me.
Nine. There's four theatrical with
Jesus.
the main cast and the main
Yeah.
story thread, and there's five direct to video. I assume they're all independent stories, unrelated actors. I do think Eugene Levy's in one or
Yes,
two of
he
them.
is. He's in like all of them. He's like
Yeah,
the Tim
I don't
Meadows.
think he's in
Oh.
all of them.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's in all of them.
But okay, so my notes were Titanic 2, S. Darko, and American Pie sequels.
What? How many? So there's 5 other sequels.
There's
I
five direct to
There's one
video.
that's called Bandcamp.
I know there's one that's like Stifler's
One's The
something.
Naked Mile.
Yeah, I know. I thought there was one that was like a Stifler only movie. I don't know.
It probably wasn't even the real Stifler. It probably wasn't him.
Oh, probably not. No.
Oh,
Yeah, because you got to branch it off somehow.
They call it like if you look up American Pie, it's like the American Pie franchise, and it is about a 10-minute read if you sit down and read it with your Wikipedia page.
All right, maybe you weren't done.
I'm done.
No, I was about to say.
We
Like I said,
omeletted.
we omelet this because again, this can go on.
No, this was fun.
I have tons of these written
This
down,
can
so
return and-
this
this
will
can
come back
return
again.
in a
I
few
promise that. So,
Yeah.
but yes, I'll pass it back over to Brad.
I do love they make a sequel that has nothing to do with, like you said, Matt, with the original actors, and then the original actors make a sequel.
Yeah,
Or we're supposed to forget all this.
right.
It's like the last season of Roseanne, you know?
Yeah.
That's a podcast for another day,
I
though.
don't think that's comparable, but okay.
I know. Anyway, Matt, what are you doing? This is your turn. You're not doing conspiring eggs. What are you doing?
I'm not doing conspiring eggs. I'm doing bullshit eggs.
What a bunch of crap.
Boo. Boo.
This is the bullshit right here. Is that you're
Are
doing
you are you
bullshit eggs?
booing? Are you booing that I'm not doing the assigned category, or are you
Yes,
booing that I'm choosing to do bullshit eggs?
Both.
both.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here it comes. How about daily shower cleaner? You know, they give you that spray. You're supposed to spray down the inside of the shower curtain. Bullshit. You're just adding a layer of grime to your shower. Bullshit.
And what's the deal with shower spray?
What's the deal? What's the deal with mattress protectors? You buy this extremely expensive thing, and it's not good enough. You need to buy something else to put on top of it to keep away dust and germs and all that. How about you make the fucking $4,000 mattress out of that stuff, guys? Thanks. I'll just go spend more money.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree on that.
You ever hear somebody say, and you're watching baseball, and there's a misplay or a miscue, and you have to decide if it's going to be ruled an error or not, right? And then somebody will say, "Oh, it can't be an error because you didn't touch it."
Yeah.
I fucking hate when people say that.
Yeah. Just because you misplayed the ball doesn't make it an error.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. It's crap.
Well, I feel like you're disagreeing with me.
Well, I mean, all right, so the ball's right too. You went the wrong way. That's not an error.
It is an error.
Yes.
How about this example? The ball's hit to you at second base and it goes through your legs without you touching it.
Not an error.
Of course it's an error.
I know. I'm saying. I'm trying to agree with you.
You're doing a bad job of that.
I think you're doing a bad job of listening.
No.
Yeah.
You just said it
We'll
wasn't an
listen
error.
back to the tape.
You just said it wasn't an error.
That's a bullshit egg right there.
That's
Okay.
bullshit.
Let's move on.
No, I was saying what they said, but go ahead.
Yeah, see, this is making musicians like lip sync when they're doing like live broadcasts. What is that?
Just happened.
Yeah, we just saw it at WrestleMania.
So stupid though. But what's the purpose of that?
I don't know. They just don't want to sound bad, but it's
Stupid.
worse. It's way worse.
Yeah.
Stupid. Bullshit.
I agree.
How about poor translations? I mean, it's 2026. We can't have proper translations out in the world in print media or signs that there's this business. And I remember being in the city, and this little store was closing up, and it was not run by English speaking people. And they had a big banner in the front, and it said "Going out for business."
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go out for business.
Like what?
Yeah.
You couldn't consult with anybody on how to get that right?
No. You
You
know how
know
much
what?
letters cost?
That's a moment.
And finally,
Hmm.
you see this online all the time. Breaking. Breaking. It's an article about something from 2 months ago. Breaking.
Yeah.
Get out of here,
And then
breaking.
you have to read three-quarters of it before you find out what's even
Get
happening.
out of You've
Yep.
destroyed breaking.
Bullshit eggs.
Hard boiled.
Well, good job, Matt.
The most reluctant good job.
Great job doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Which brings us to egg on you, which is what is that again?
Egg on you? Isn't that hot
Egg you
takes
on.
or rage
Egg
bait?
you
Yeah.
on. Rage bait. That's it.
Yeah.
This whole, this
Rage
whole
bait.
episode is rage bait.
This
Yeah,
whole
you
episode
ain't,
has
you ain't
been.
wrong. Bryant.
As we conclude some sports here, the NBA season is concluding, NHL season is concluding, and we're starting baseball. I would like to propose that I think we should try to split this up more. I hate how everything always converges. All these sports always converge together somehow. And I want a little more separation between my stuff. I like a little break between things here. I hate talking to people and going, "Oh, I don't pay attention to that till later. It's this season. I won't pay attention to this because that season's later." Then separate everything. Give me one sport this time of the year, one sport this time of the year, and one right in the middle here. That way I can pay attention and give my time equally.
This is
What an
terrible.
absolute bunch of bullshit that was. You
Oh,
want to talk
dude.
about a bullshit egg?
What a horrible
Yeah.
take.
Yeah,
Oh,
what is
no.
365 days in a year, Bryant? What do you want, 8-game seasons?
Yeah, you could shorten this shit.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna tell
that's
me
going to
you're
save
gonna
money.
tell me you watch 162 baseball games.
It's a lot of games.
I have my eye or ear on it, maybe.
You're gonna tell me
try.
you watch 82 basketball games plus playoffs.
No, but somebody is.
but
Just because you're not watching every night. This is crap,
You
dude.
shorten
This
it
is
up.
absolute crap.
You
Yeah, this
shorten
This is a
it up,
Mike Whitaker
and
answer
you
if I've ever heard
split
one.
everything up, and it just makes it more convenient for me because then I could go to more events too. How about that? You might get more people
Oh,
to go to
yeah,
your shit.
they're gonna cut down games and make more money.
Yeah, because you jack up the price. Have you not seen WWE's
Oh,
model?
yeah, even better.
Anyway,
Even better. Now we're gonna jack up
but
the
people
price
will
even
do
more.
it. People will always do it.
Well, Bryant has succeeded.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to. So, all right, I was talking to someone I work with who is on the dating sites. And she told me that there's like a line that says, if you voted for Trump, please do not reach out to me. Now, I'm not here to talk about one or the other.
You mean like just there was one particular person?
No, it's all over the sites that if you're a Trumper, don't contact me on the dating site.
Okay.
If you voted for Donald Trump,
Don't
do not
use this. We don't want you to use this platform.
we do. If you voted for Donald Trump, please no. This is like people in their profiles.
Yeah, so like saying if you voted for Trump, don't talk to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not
So you
interested
can
in dating.
choose. You can people. A lot of people choose to put this in their profile.
Yes, that's something that's happening now.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now. Either way here, Democrat, Republican, this is not a political show. But if you have that written there, you're definitely not getting a call from me or a text from me or a message from me because you're fucking crazy. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Okay? If that's what's stopping you from meeting people, it doesn't matter. You're murderer, fine. Absolutely fine. Broke is fucking joke, absolutely fine. 15 kids, fine. 15 ex-wives, fine. Nope, you voted for Trump? You got problems, pal. You got problems, or miss. Thank you for, I mean, if I ever come back into the dating scene again, which I hope I never, ever freaking do, that is a great way to get me to avoid you.
I mean, people feel very strongly about this.
More strongly about this than anything else that I've ever seen in my entire life. But-
There's a lot of virtue signaling that goes along with politics.
I promise you this, whoever's the president, my life doesn't change a whole lot. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I know for sure. I mean, it's fun to watch on TV, but my life does not change
Right.
that much.
But a
My
lot of people would
401k is still steadily going up or down, no matter who it is. Yes, gas is up now. Gas was up before. Okay, like there's always a time when gas is high. My life
right.
doesn't.
That's true.
But we are but see, a lot of people would say that's easy for you to say because you're a middle-aged white man. I'm just hey.
Oh, never a higher compliment. Never a higher compliment than middle-aged white man that does
Yep.
not need glasses anymore.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't need glasses anymore. That's the key.
I'm just saying, everybody needs to relax a little. Jeez, oh man. All right, what are you gonna piss us off about, Matt?
I'm gonna piss off one of our listeners, and I feel bad about it because he is a day one listener and still listens, and we've mentioned it before, and he provided the music for our show, Jimmy James C. I was just kind of having a side chat with him about this the other day, and I decided to bring it to the show. But I'm against the thought that like present day athletes compared to like, some golden era are soft.
Hmm.
I don't believe that. These guys are well-trained machines. They're healthy. They take care of their bodies. Just because they're not out there throwing fists and drinking and doing drugs and Ric Flairing themselves half to death doesn't mean that they're not tough. Maybe they are smarter. Maybe they are less, unruly testosterone fueled apes. You watch videos of Nolan Ryan throwing down back in the day. Sure, he's a tough guy, but yeah, that doesn't mean he's like the smartest dude or like the coolest guy. You know, like the sport wasn't supposed to be out throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastball at somebody's head and scaring them. That's not athletics. That's kind of being a fucking asshole, whether it was justified or not in the moment. I just don't like that. Oh, these guys are soft. They don't. Okay, it's the classic, don't hate the player, hate the game. They're not out there calling the fouls. They're not out there changing the rules in the NFL, making it, lighter on the quarterbacks and lighter on the receivers, right? They're not. You think these 22-year-old kids are the ones making these decisions? I don't think so. They're getting paid to do what they do best.
It's more than just sports. It's life in general. We hear
It's
this about
more than
everything we
just
do.
correct, but
Like I believe it or not, when I first got into the workforce, there was no human resource department. I know it's hard to believe, or what it was what it isn't what it is now.
yeah.
Um, and no, I agree. I still think Joel Embiid is soft. So let's get that out of the way. But that's just because he's soft. He would have been soft in any era. But I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, like because we do things smarter
Right.
and we take care of ourselves better,
Right. That doesn't mean they're soft.
and then we look at the world is different now than it was a long time ago as well. There's a lot of things that are different. I I agree with you 100%. So you're not raging me on
All
this.
right.
Yeah. I will say this. The one thing that I always do enjoy, you mentioned Nolan Ryan. Nothing's fun. Nothing is more just like, yeah, kind of a moment than watching as someone charges a mount and he just gets him in a headlock and just starts raining in these
That
punches
was
on him.
Robin Ventura, right?
Yeah. There's just something about that it like even in the like think of a baseball game now. You see a hit by pitch and they charge the mound. Like it's a quick moment and it's
Mm,
gone.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's not.
they use the word brawl. It's
Yeah.
almost never a brawl.
No.
I love the guy that gets out about 2 minutes later. Comes
It's
running out of that
it's
dugout like,
almost
yeah,
never
come
a
on,
brawl.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
You
we
know,
got that. Nah.
maybe there was a brawl when Pedro and Don Zimmer had their thing,
Yeah.
and certainly what was it, Malice at the Palace with Ron
Oh
Artest?
yeah. Runner test, yeah.
That was one of the
But
most. I watched that live. That was one of the most.
craziest things ever.
I
Yeah.
was absolutely amazed by that.
Yeah.
I
But
couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of my eyes.
yeah. But on that note too, every generation always says the same thing. Oh, the past generation was soft.
yeah,
This
Yeah.
generation
always.
will come up. That this generation's just it's gonna always be this way. Everybody always thinks they're the
It's
toughest
like
guy
what
out there.
because you smoked a pack a day, you're tougher than me. Like I don't
Hmm.
know if I agree with that. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah, Paul Malls, no filter.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, guys, hey, that was fun. I thought we were going to be out of here in
Was it?
37 minutes.
Was it
It had its moments.
a little hostile?
So, Matt, you got a couple things to do. You're going to hit us with the socials and tell us what we're doing next week.
Well, thank you for listening. We are Three Eggs Are Better Than One, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One. The number three, the letter R, the number one. Like, subscribe, and comment. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at Three Eggs Are Better. The number three, the letter R, and our individual accounts at Yes Man Brad, at B Haremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy without the I. Apologies to Bober, we ran out of time. Next week is mine, and I might go off schedule here. I've collected a lot of Mad M's observations, stealing that idea from Brad, but I kind of do that every week. So let's pump the brakes on that. And I'm going to do something called twin releases. And that's all I'm going to say.
Like double mint gum? All right. Brian, take us home.
But before I take us home, I do want to say he says he's going off script. Matt has like the next 6 months booked
Yeah.
out for his
It's too many
topics.
months.
So
Yeah.
many
Too
months.
many
So many,
topics.
so many months booked up. So
I
that's
have
when
no
he
idea
says
what I'm doing
goes.
next time.
Surprised you
None.
guys even look at that sheet.
Oh, I recently looked at it and said I'm going to stop looking at it.
Yeah, I just look out to make sure I'm not doubling up. But we thank you guys for joining us. As you can tell, we're always having laughs here. We're always having fun. Hit it like Matt said. Leave some comments, leave some reviews. We love interacting with you guys when we can. So, on that note, the egg timer's been set. We'll see you guys next week.